Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Hey Krishna, Hey Yadava, Hey Sakyeti Govinda Damodara Madhaveti Dear Father, so guys, thought I'll make a video about um, trading in particular and what I've gathered since the past 2 years of my experience in trading. Started, I first heard about trading um, around November 2018, October 2018, and it just blew my mind. It was this video about how you know gambling, um, casinos work, and it was mind blowing to me. I didn't know, I have no idea that things like logic can earn you so much money. Like that was probability theory can earn you money. I mean, it was like all very alien to me. So when something is alien, you just get into it pretty hard. You just think it's your life, and you just deep dive into it, and that's not always a good strategy, to be honest. That's but it happened, and I guess you can learn from it and not repeat. But yeah, it's one of those things that happened. So I want to take you to February 10th of this year, right? Where I predicted Bitcoin was gonna end. Before this, my last prediction was around May 2020, and before that was around September 2019. So I wasn't really, doing it seriously, like, but but I was just getting started to do it seriously around this time. I was convinced this is fake pump, and this is pretty much the same mistake I made here. So let me explain to you what a fake pump is, right? It's something like this. When you have a ramp up, that's a real pump. And a fake pump just happens immediately after that. Boom, and it drops. You know, so that's a fake pump. So yeah, I suppose I fell to this trap twice. Let me show you this one, right? So yeah, it looks like a weak stick doomed to fall for the short term. My theory was it's going like this. It's just gonna be fake out, it's gonna be back, and then it's gonna retest it, and then it's going down, right? That was the theory of the whole thing. And this is how I've been functioning before this point. Like, I had no real insight beyond just fake pumps, right? Like, that was it, to a large extent. And that's a major part, to be honest. That's a like huge part of it. But is just not open up. Yeah, okay, so just 3 days later when you know, what was it? Yeah, I think something happened February 11th, 13th. So I think we were here when I posted that, right? Probably around that time. And I realized something, guys. I realized we've come so far, right? Let me show you. This is when I really started to consider daily charts. To be honest, before that, I was really looking at the 1 hours and the 4 hours, right? So I realized we've come so far, right? We've come so far. We can have one more leg. That's what I realized, guys. It doesn't have to be, limited to, you know, just one leg. If we've come parabolic so far, we can obviously have one more leg. Like, that's not, you can't deny that, right? So, so I considered this to be the wave that will pretty much seal the deal. And I wanted this to be an elongated one. This is the initial burst, and what do you do when just put it on steroids? You hit 68.57, and obviously it's testing it now again after exactly 2 months, and I'm looking at 65 right now. Now, look, obviously I can't get accurate all the time, but I think I can get accurate 80% of the time, and the really big moves I can get it accurate almost all the time. I feel like I haven't really proven it, but so I just want to share this insight. We had this huge pump, and it retraced exactly 50%. If you want to see that, it's not of much relevance, but if you consider this, right? This is one thing, and this is a whole another thing. You have to look at it like that, guys. This goes like this goes like this, so it's a different thing, and this is a different thing, right? And you know, so what should happen is it should get more and more slantier. It should, if it's like this, it should go like this, it should go like this. This is what we want to see, and this is exactly what it was trying to do here. It's trying to go slantier, but it just gave up at where I said it would. It just gave up, and now we're just looking at a floating price. I don't know, we can see something like this, but I really feel somewhere in May it will just crash. Exactly not like that, but somewhere along those lines. The point is, it's really just floating right now. and I said like we had one, we can have one more, and we cannot have one more, guys. Like you might say, okay, so what about one more? What if we have one more? And it's like, no, it's not possible because I mean, we used all the momentum that was here to get this ramp up. And just look at this, it tried everything it had and it couldn't do it. The strength is just not there anymore. Like, if 90 people don't want it and 10 people want it, then the strength won't be there. But what the 90 people want is for the price to stabilize here. So they're gonna help out the 10 people who are pushing the price up. And they'll just take their sell orders out and slowly, slowly, slowly fill them to the 10 people who want the price to go up. But let me tell you this, guys, 90% of the capital doesn't want the price to go up because the strength is not there. And if the strength is not there, then that means they'll have to put extra capital, they'll have to really, you know, spend money. Is what I'm trying to say here is. So we can have one bump. Like, we had this huge bump for like 4,000 to this 40,000 10x. And what happens when you have this huge spring and then you suddenly, squeeze the spring? It will boom, it'll go back, right? That's what happened here. This was just a reflex move. It was not a real move. It was just the release of pressure. And once the pressure is released, what we gotta see is, are we getting any new capital? And to be honest, we're not, guys. Like, why would an institution buy Bitcoin at 50,000 when it can get it at 5,000 again? Like, literally. Institutions work in tandem. They don't work against each other like we do. Like, we have this tendency to just, knock out each other and get on top of each other, get in front. If you think institutions do that, guys, they really don't. Especially when it comes to something like Bitcoin. Everyone's getting an equal share of it. We like to think like they're fighting each other for Bitcoin. They're really not. They're just accumulating it, and they're just showing it to the world like they're fighting. And it's important to show it to the world, guys, because when you show it to Twitter, you're really gaining capital there. Like, that shit is real. Like, people really do go on Twitter and really buy stuff on what Twitter recommends. Because it's the same thing when you come first to this thing. It just blows your mind and you just want to do it because you haven't seen anything like this in life and you know the possibility that's there. Let me show you that I did the same, right? Obviously now it's really pumping, but back then when I started, this was what it looked like. I bought it somewhere around here, I guess, right? It's probably not there. I think I bought it around here, I think. And I invested all my savings. Price went up, and I was up like 70k. Doesn't work here. Trading user divided. 70k is like, it's like, for me it was enough to drop out of college. That was how much it was to me, guys. Okay. And then in 2 more days it was here, and I was down 70k. And I was really messing around with margin too here. I was messing around with a lot of money, a lot of margin. Just every new mistake that we make, because we think that we're the only one who's doing this, right? Because trading is not really spread out, and so in real life there aren't going to be people who have any idea about what this shit is. So we really feel like like we're really smarty, and so we try to make our decisions, and this is how we fuck up, guys. And I just went through the grind, guys. I went through it. I lost all of my money, and after that, the most capital that I gained ever was like 5% of this. Like for 2 years, I would get 5k. Like I had 1 lakh at this point, and after that, I would just get 5k like every 4 months. That's it, to invest and try it out. And my dad was supportive. He kept giving me 5k because you'd see that computer science wasn't my interest at all. Like that shit is fucking boring. You know, kept giving the money, but kept doing it slowly. And then after 2 years, after 2 years of just getting my ass beat up, what kept me going basically was the fact that I was improving. I was seeing things that others weren't seeing, and they were actually working. And I started to see bigger time frames. You really have to see bigger time frames to make sense of any of these guys, especially if you're doing it alone. If you're learning it from someone, you gotta see the bigger time frames. So obviously I messed this up, but I said we'll have a second wave, and I'm pretty damn sure we're not gonna have a third wave, right? And so obviously this was right, and now I think we'll have a fake out. The one I expected this to be. Think we can have this year. Boom, 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 bam. You know. So this is what I'm expecting as of now. If it wasn't clear, I will show it to you again. Right? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. This is what I want to see here. And what gave me the confidence to talk about such an extreme dump? I'll tell you what gave me the confidence. Something happened around um, March. You know, some of you might have heard of it. What is it called? Archegos burst. Let's call it burst. The internet will know what I'm talking about. Na, 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 What the fuck is that, guys? Credit Suisse latest blow from hedge fund comes on the, you know, Credit Suisse argues. Credit Suisse argues. Now like it's all fake. They do the same thing again and again, but it's It's another rabbit hole, but it's 100% true, guys. So anyway, so this Archegos thing happened. I guess the chart will tell us. Look at this. Look at this, guys. When was it? 23rd, 24 March. Right, so this is Wycon. Alright. Maybe it's a company that's going out. But these guys have MTV, these guys have Comedy Central, VH1, Nickelodeon. Like they got some real shit going on there. It's not a fucking penny stock, what I'm trying to say here is. So these guys have 60% of the value in 1, 2, 3, and 4 days. What are the market cap of this thing? Let's say 30 billion, right? So you're looking at, I don't know, 40, 45 billion dollars wiped out in 4 days, right? And does this look awfully like Bitcoin? Like, look at this thing. If I just change this thing, right? Look at this thing. Look at this thing, guys. And look at this thing. And look, if it doesn't look similar, I would want this to be nearer, I guess. For it to look similar. It's not always precise, but we know what is going to happen. Like how extended this market is, guys. We know this is gonna happen not just to Wycom, not just to BTC. This is gonna happen to the S&P 500. That's another prediction I made. You know, right around the time of this, I predicted we'll have a second pump in S&P. Show you that in a moment. This is it. Another one that I had was Doge, right? So here I messed it up a little bit, I'll admit, you know. But not pretty bad. But I was still it's difficult to balance the shorter time frame and the longer time frames. Like that's what it's about, it's that balance, the fine balance. You have mentioned this. I'm not sure about the smaller PF feasibility. Like when I go really long time frame, then I have to recalibrate and see if it makes sense in the short time frames. So I was just learning that point, but I think I have a better hold. So this was Doge, right? Like I said, go perpendicular. Can't just go diagonal like this. No. You have to go perpendicular, guys. So this has to fail. That means it's a fake one because this is real. This is gotta be real. Things even either get realer or they just dumb. And that's self-explanatory. I posted this same thing on 10th Feb on Reddit, and I got a lot of shit for that. And I haven't updated in there because I did not get a lot of clicks anyway. So let's just keep this here. S&P, again February 13th. Got this huge thing going on here. I consider this to be the first one, and if this is the second one, it should complete. And guess what? We're on our way, guys. We're on our way to completion here. It's happening. So yeah, you know, like Wycombe has shown us where we are going. All right, I'll explain to you how to recharge more in the other videos, but this is just an introduction to who I am, and that I'm not messing around here, and I'm just trying to spread the right information because a lot of people are talking about specific stocks, like this guy talked about like this Voyager stock. It's like a crypto brokerage. It's the only offshore brokerage in the whole of USA, and it's gonna be like the Robin Hood of crypto. And to be honest, it is gonna be like it has that potential to be right up there. Okay, it has it, but I won't be surprised if when Coinbase IPO happens is when the market crashes. Like, and they're gonna relate it somehow to crypto because it's a big thing. It's not about how good or bad. It's just they got related to crypto somehow. Coinbase because they want central bank digital currencies, like that's what they want, and they want it to be trendy. They want it to be popping. That's why they've been pushing it, guys. Like, um, yeah, I said this is gonna be second wave. This is gonna be last wave, and Elon Musk is the tell. When Elon Musk is pushing something when it's at fucking 30,000 above its all-time high, guys. I mean, you have to be really naive to believe in the adoption thing, and that's what is gonna make us money. As people really believe the adoption thing. What they don't understand, yeah, adoption is happening, but not for them. It's happening for them. Companies want their own cryptos. Governments own their own cryptos. Like, we're not gonna have our own cryptos. Like, they have their cryptos, and we're just gonna buy them like sheep. So, because, and Musk was pushing it, Gary Vee was pushing it, every major YouTube channel that I follow talked about Bitcoin, guys. They did not do it before ever. Like, I haven't seen this kind of popularity ever. Like, I was seeing it pop up everywhere. And then the NFT thing happened. Like, it was just written in stone what's gonna happen, right? And so let me just tell you, TradingView doesn't let us to delete posts. That's really the great thing about TradingView is that it doesn't let us delete the posts, that we make. So yeah, I was on for attention there, but this is like a crazy stupid market, guys. Like you know, like what are the chances like we're having a dream crypto run and the world is changing for the better and we all live in fairy tales? Like, what are the chances of that? Like 1%, 2%? Yeah, that that is exactly the chances of Bitcoin sustaining over 60k is 1%, 2% because reality is not going to change overnight. Right, guys? And they'd rather dump on you, take your Bitcoin, and then go again. The next time when they go again, you are not gonna buy, are you? No, 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 no. You're just gonna give up. So that's the whole game, guys. They work in tandem. They just wanna fuck you up and take all your Bitcoin. Bitcoin is coming, but it's not gonna decentralize anything. Governments are gonna rule the world. Corporations are gonna rule the world. Nothing's gonna happen. Um, what can happen though is you can make money with all this. And you're not gonna make money the way you think you will. You're gonna make money the way I tell you will. You gotta go the opposite direction, guys, of the narrative. So I'll see you in the next video. See ya.